Rockwood 2504S, 4,790 pounds here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Awesome little bunkhouse that it's got the features of a 30-foot bunkhouse wrapped up in a little 25-foot package, and they can accomplish that with a Murphy bed. This is a highly optioned unit. We've put just about everything we can on this. Like, this is a Sapphire edition with all sorts of options and upgrades. I don't even know the full list offhand. But what I'm getting at is that the one here in this video might look different from the one we have in stock, so keep that in mind. For instance, Sapphire Edition gives us the full body color package, the frameless windows, the aluminum wheels. It's mostly a cosmetic thing, but wow, what a difference. Really looks good. Rockwood is the best-selling lightweight on the market, not because they're the dollar cheaper option. They've worked to become the premier lightweight in both fifth wheels and travel trailers on the market. Higher level equipment, amenities, build structure here, and that's what I want to focus this video on. Not a refrigerator and a toilet. Everybody has that. What separates Rockwood? What makes the Mini Lite so darned impressive? Because it is. Every lightweight is the best for a different reason. Every trailer is the best for a different reason. What is it about Rockwood? Well, longer awnings in general. They put about the biggest awning they could on this thing, and it does have a full-length LED light strip. They've been doing that for the last few years, way before it was cool. They're doing, you know, triple steps instead of doubles, like a lot of small lightweights. Their suspension system's completely different from basically any other mass-produced trailer on the market. Each wheel has its own independent 3 inches of travel, so that if you go through a little pothole, the wheels are going to go boop, boop. You know, they're going to kind of pop down in their own little holes instead of causing the whole trailer to rock around, which causes your whole truck or vehicle to rock around. They are the first and only ones, really to my knowledge, that have figured out how to give you pass-through storage in a Murphy bed model. That is something that initially even Rockwood hadn't figured out, and last couple of years here they've kind of made the change to make that happen. Little solar prep here. That's not an uncommon thing in the world of travel trailers anymore. It's good for battery trickle charging. That's not good for, like, hey, I'm gonna run my refrigerator on the sun or anything like that. That's actually exactly what it's not good for. 50% larger propane tank standard. You see we've got a power tongue jack, power awning, you know, nicely equipped here to make this thing quick and easy to use. By the way, this giant tree in the background, that is the largest Christmas decorated North American blue spruce we know of. It's bigger than the tree at Rockefeller Center, and we're the ones that pay to have that done. A lot of people think that's the city's tree. That's actually our Haylett tree. Mr. Haylett pays a giant crane to come out every year to put the star on there and all the lights. Pretty cool thing that we're really proud of. It's actually even bigger than the tree the president lights up every year. Pretty cool. Not that you care. I don't know. I get off track. Anyway, back to the task at hand. Construction. I was talking about that. You can walk up to the sidewalls of a lot of RVs, and if you see my videos, you know what's coming. I'm going to thump on this thing because I can. I can thump on the slide-out walls, the front wall, the rear wall, the roof, the floor, the everything, because this is fully 6-sided vacuum laminated. Most lightweight trailers, most fiberglass skin trailers are only sidewall laminated. That doesn't necessarily mean they're built like crap. It means they're built different. The trick is, you have to now take the time to research how it's built because it's not obvious. When something's laminated, it's obvious. It is what it is. There's no other way it can be. It is laminated. If something's not laminated, it could be just an aluminum perimeter, could be wood inside those walls. It could be hung fiberglass. It could be any number of things. You know, you have to do some looking to see, or hung insulation rather. This is something cool Rockwood does, and they're not the only ones that have ever done it, but they do it so consistently, is that they give you access to your U-dinette storage from outside, because some of these bench areas are kind of hard to get to. Plus, outside storage, it's worth a ton, so why not use every ounce you can? And check this out, under the dinette, you notice how everything is aluminum? Everything's aluminum caged in this. Neat thing, areas where they actually have to screw into the aluminum, like for instance, right up here. That actually has, you can see just out of the top of it, a light colored piece of wood sticking out. If they have to screw into that aluminum tubing, they will stuff it with a lightweight wood to give that screw something to really bite into. Frameless sidewall windows with sliding, ventilating slide side windows. That's the best combination there really is, because you can get good cross breeze ventilation as well as rainy day use, because these open in a jowlessy fashion, whereas those don't. So we've got a roof ladder here that takes you up to the fully walk-on laminated double arched roofing. Again, another exclusive thing, really not done anywhere else. It's one of the big differences on a Rockwood, actually, and that's what's cool. This Mini Lite, one of their smallest members of their family, is built exactly like their biggest, baddest fifth wheel. It's just bigger or smaller. That's it. Every Rockwood's built the same. This is built just like their multi-$1,000 fifth wheels. If you look up top, you see the roof vent cover over your rear bathroom vent fan. That is there so that you can use the fan when it's a little bit rainy or inclement outside. This is a neat area. I noticed I can show you a couple things. First of all, awesome storage below the bunks. That's cool. That's good in and of itself. But secondly, how the cabinets are built. You see right here that this is a wood structured cabinet. This is lumber core with a sticker wrapper on it, which is pretty much the way things are built until you get into some really, really high dollar stuff. But here's the point I was going for. This is pocket screwed. You see these little screws right here. It's not stapled cabinetry. Now, this is inside a baggage door. This is out inside of everything. This is just how they build the cabinetry so that stuff doesn't wiggle loose and fall apart. The little black tank flush on the back of this one's cool so that you don't, you know, when you're all done with your camping, you can just hook your water hose up to that and just blow a torrent of water through the water tanks. And yes, I will make that sound effect again if you ask me. I've actually had someone call and ask me to do that. People are funny. But camping's about having fun, man. People forget too much about that. All they want to do is just talk about the, I mean, we got to talk the business side of things, the dollars and cents eventually, but let's have fun on the way, you know. Outside TV station. So the TV that's inside has a matching bracket. The whole TV dismounts and comes out here, and this is your grilling station. So with Rockwood, you've got your big grill, and what I do like is how your propane connections are on the side of the trailer behind a shield, so they're not down here where road salt and debris can get to the piping and everything. That's just smart. And a standard bigger handle. Things that are optional or aftermarket on other brands are just a thing of everyday happenstance in a Rockwood. Now, when we come into a Rockwood, this is where things get interesting, because I could have another 2504S with the exact same dollars and cents, exact same equipment, and it could look drastically different inside. For instance, this is the Sydney decor with driftwood, wood tones, and a wood print floor. All three of those things can change. There's like 3 or 4 different interior color schemes. There's 2 different wood tones, 2 different floors. There's like 16 or 32 different interior color combinations on a Rockwood possible on every single model. And that's another thing. These are the same fabrics and decors, again, used in their fifth wheels. Same wood, same everything. Every Rockwood's the same. Now, this is not just a U-dinette slide. You've also got this giant pantry over here encompassed in the slide as well. So tons of extra storage that you wouldn't normally have otherwise. You see that the dinette has easy access inside drawers. And remember, I have that drawer from the outside. Table is freestanding and elliptical. So if you want to move that table over here, to, you know, grab a bite to eat, you can. If you want to fold the table down, run it outside the door and use it like a picnic table, that's what I do. I take my table outside. This is possible. Also, it obviously folds into a sleeper. U-dinettes can fold down into like a 7-foot sleeper, which is awesome. I've seen some really shady marketing out there that says, don't ever buy a U-dinette. You can only sit 3 people here and not 4. And that's a bunch of garbage. I've sat 4 people at one of these. And secondly, the moment I looked at that manufacturer's floor plan list, their first 2 floor plans had U-dinettes. I thought that was hilarious. I love the symmetry here. This door opens that way. That one opens that way. This one opens up. I like symmetry. Most people like symmetry. We like stuff to look the same. The other thing is, notice how these doors hold themselves open. And the cabinetry is built rock solid, just like their fifth wheels. Notice the trend. The front bed here is a Murphy bed, or the front sofa as it were. So during the day, you just enjoy this nice big living room in a 25-foot camper, you know? And then at night, here's all it takes to convert this to a sleeper. I've only got one hand, so keep in mind, and I'm not left-handed. Now, yes, I've done this a few times, but anyone's going to look at this and agree it's not rocket science. Because even with me yakking and with one hand and the other holding a camera, that's all it takes to set up your queen walk-around bed. Very cool stuff. Now, both sides of the bed have a bedside stand with power outlets and your own little drawers. Oops, I'll have the pillow stuffed in there. I do that a lot. But you've got your own overhead lighting with a light switch right there for reading lights. You've got a vent right over the bed. You've got everything a normal front bedroom travel trailer has wrapped up here in this little ultralight 25-foot package. This is the same concept to me as a hard side hybrid. Hybrid campers are the ones that have like pop-out beds out the front and back. The bed doesn't take up floor space. This is a bonus bed. It just kind of gets to be here for free, essentially. And one of the other passive benefits to designers making room for a Murphy bed, and remember, once again, I only have one hand and I'm setting this up and putting it back in place. Again, that's about all the harder it is. You have a big walk-through space here right when you walk in. Camera battery's chirping at me, so I'm going to have to start clipping along here. Big countertop extension. That is an option that we added, and I left it sitting here so you can see how big that thing is. It hooks right onto the end here, and notice that it always matches your kitchen counter. I love these big doors. That's just awesome. Big, easy access storage. TV over here. Furrion with, so Furrion is made for RVing, basically. The TV's on a little bit of a swing arm, so I can make it face the dinette. I can make it face over here. The entertainment center, AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth, does pretty much everything. Bigger 22-inch oven instead of a smaller 16, so that's another nice thing. And they give you a sink cover, and they recess the counter or the stove so that everything is flush mount, so that you actually get a good countertop in this little thing. Again, another thing where one space does two functions, just like that Murphy bed. Big floor-to-ceiling pantry. That is just absolutely awesome. I talked about the Zero Flex walk-on ceiling. It's awesome. And did you notice it's centralized AC and LED lighting and a little 25-foot lightweight? Those are not common things within this class. LED lighting is becoming more common, I will definitely admit. Now, they actually hide during shipping the ladder to get to the upper bunk in here, and I don't know of anyone else in a major manufacturing line that is including bunk ladders to the upper bunks from the factory level. Almost everybody else makes you buy it aftermarket. And look at the detail work, so that you can't damage anything. They put a little door stopper on there. How smart is that? They left you leg room in here, and you've got this extra closet here and convertible closet slash wardrobe space here in the bathroom that was really hard for me to try to get a picture of, so I wanted to get that in the video. They give you a skylight as well as a power vent fan and a Rockwood instead of one or the other, and remember that does have a roof vent cover on it. The list goes on and on and on. Unfortunately, my battery power does not, so you do have my apologies there. Give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. We do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, everything, one-stop shop, even towing vehicles and cargo trailers and horse trailers and every other thing. We do everything in one place, so give us a call. Take care, stay safe, happy camping.